What's a guy to do if he doesn't have an HF radio in his truck? Stick around and we'll get right to it. Now, I've only had this truck for a few months now, and I have not yet had a chance to install an HF radio. In fact, I'm still trying to make a couple of decisions as far as what I want to put in this radio eventually. But for the time being, I don't want to be without an HF radio. When we have that radio kit with us all the time, it allows for us to pull off the road for those quick, unplanned activations. So after buying this truck last May, I discovered a cool little compartment that I didn't know about initially. We'll get the microphone out of the way. I'm going to fold this seat up out of the way, and then I have this whole little cool compartment down here. So what did I do? I built a radio kit to go in it. Let's go ahead and pull all of this stuff out, and I'll show you exactly what we've got. Now, before we start checking out the contents of the kit, one thing that is not in that little storage compartment is a mask. And I prefer the mask that TN07 makes. This is their green mask. I like this one just because it's a little bit heavier duty than something like the Carbon 6 by Soda Beams. So this is the primary mask that I use. To support this, I'll just use the brush guard on the front of the truck. This thing will sit nicely against it, and then I'll just use some of those twist gear ties to tie this thing to that brush guard and keep it super stable. Okay, so first up, what we've got on the table is a 25-foot run of ABR Industries coax. Now, I have went ahead and put BNC adapters on this, since this radio and antenna that I'm going to show you guys uses BNC. By the way, if you want to get 10% off of your ABR Industries order, I'll leave a coupon code down in the description below for you guys. Now, next up on the list is a mobile battery charger. This one is from Paradan Radio, and this is good for charging lithium iron phosphate batteries off of your car battery system. So you'll notice we've got a cigarette lighter plug here. We plug this into the car, and we can use power poles to go ahead and recharge those lithium iron phosphate batteries. For the radio, I have chosen the FX4CR. I had to wait on this radio for about 3 months, so it's a little bit hard to obtain, but I really am digging this radio so far. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. What we have here is the radio itself. Down here we have the data cable. It is a single data cable used for this radio, so one cable gives you both cat control and audio in and out of the radio. Over here, I've just got a simple BNC right angle connector. I find that those are helpful a lot of times. We've got the microphone in here, and then down below, we also have the power cable that we need to run this radio. Downside of this radio, there is no built-in tuner and there's no built-in battery. So outside of those two things though, this thing is pretty loaded out. Now, for the accessories, I am just using this Think Tank bag. Let's see, this one is an EDC Tech Pouch 20. I used it because, well, I had it laying around and I wasn't doing anything else with it. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got inside. So first up, I've just got a 3 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery by Bioenno. That should be plenty of battery to power the radio for a short Parks on the Air activation. I can also, because of, let me slide this over, I can also, because of this adapter here, get power directly from the truck. And that's the purpose of these extra power cables over here. This one is roughly 6, maybe 6.5 feet long, so that allows me to plug up to the cigarette lighter in the truck and run power to where I need to. In addition to that, I do keep this power pole splitter in there. That way I can power not only the radio, but also the laptop from one single connection. Last thing of importance in this bag is the antenna that I'm using, and you guys probably guessed it, I'm running the 49-to-1 end-fed half-wave. I like it. We get multiple bands, it's compact, it's quick and easy to put up. Now, one of the things you may have noticed is missing from this kit is a computer, and there's a good reason for that. Pretty much on an everyday basis now, I am carrying one of the Linux laptops with me. So I always have that available to me in my backpack. That works well with my 2-meter kit if that's the only thing I'm going to carry, and it also goes along great with this particular HF kit. So I didn't forget about it. It's just always in my backpack nowadays. If you found this information helpful, be sure to give us a thumbs up before you head off. We will see you guys on the next one. Until then, 7-3.